We are, in fact, live.
Oh, well then let's start the show for real. You ready? Let's do this.
The following is a presentation of Stewed Productions.
By the way, it's Thursday. Somebody should have told us.
You don't say.
We're all just sitting around shooting the shark and just,
Did you say shooting the shark?
Shark. Tornado shark.
Oh.
Tornado shark.
Tornado shark.
Shark.
Yeah, man, people have clicked off.
And thank you for watching Liquid Lunch, everybody.
Yeah.
We'll see you next week.
Yeah, we'll see you. Can we do intros real quick, or are you sharing? Let's do intros before you share.
No,
Yeah.
I think I feel like I need to share.
What?
No, let's.
No,
do
I think
intros
I think
first and
I
then
think more
share.
people need to see this.
They can scroll back. Come on, man. We
Come on, yeah, they can
let's do the
scroll back.
intros and get them
We
out
can't
of the
keep
way.
waiting.
Yeah, but they always wait. All right.
All right, let's
Are you
do
gonna do
this.
your thing?
Yeah, I'm doing this thing from now on. This is my thing now.
Okay.
All right.
Live and die on that one.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Josh. I am your host. To my left, your screen right. He's here every time. And his hair. And here he goes. It's let's see what happens this week.
Hey, how's it going? I'm Kennedy.
I think it's amazing how he's able to talk without moving his lips and by drink. He couldn't even finish. Did he laugh? Could that make you laugh, or did you just get a bubble?
I couldn't do it. Hold on.
You've never been able to.
Well,
you did worse.
This time I will concede defeat.
I feel like you're too tense in your throat. Have you been practicing at home?
Relaxing my throat or chugging?
Both.
That's not a really good beer to chug.
Any beer can be chugged.
Yeah.
I mean, it can. It doesn't have a good aftertaste.
What?
Not after the chug.
I don't.
I don't know. I love Wicked Awesome,
It was never meant to be chugged, but that doesn't.
but
mean
it
it's
is
chugged.
not meant to be chugged. It's a great beer,
Yeah.
just not meant to be chugged.
All right. There you go.
But you know what? Life is a learning experience.
maybe we should
and
do.
I just had a valuable learning experience.
Maybe we should do a video
Uh-huh.
on coaching you up to chug,
Maybe.
like a Rocky style. I could be Mick, you could be Rock. We'll get a chicken. You can chase a chicken around, and then at the end, Jules will be your Adrian, and
I
she'll,
can go,
she'll look at you. We'll do a montage of like you're defeated by the thing, like Rocky IV, and like you don't think you can win, and then she shows up in Russia somehow. We'll do a scene in Russia, and she's just like, would you ever? And then she's like, just chug, and then we hit the music, and you run up
she
a mountain.
starts to kind of.
yeah.
She starts to fall for the Russian,
No,
and then I
have you seen Rocky IV? That's not how that goes at all. Speaking of, do you want to turn the camera around before I do this part?
Oh, yeah.
Kennedy. Here we go. To my right, your screen left, the loveliest part of this show, and the least,
Annoying.
no. Well, that's true.
No.
When I said the least, I was like, there's nothing I can say that'll sound, that just means you're, whatever. Okay, it's just,
Hey, it's Jules.
that's a loud one. There you go. We need some sprinkle, like some,
I know, we do.
something.
I love the little ting.
Can we get some,
And,
sparkle?
Yeah,
sort of
I'll work
sparkle.
on that. I'll work it out for sure.
All right.
For shizzle.
What are we talking about today? Oh, yes,
We're
beer.
talking about beer.
Texas beer, everybody. Thanks, everybody, for watching, being a part, all that kind of stuff. Share it now. Let's do the, hey, everybody, if you care,
Are you
then share.
Hey, Philip.
Just see
Brandon.
that I got a message from Huggy Bear, local group opening soon.
Just
28. No, not just now. 3 days ago, but
He's just now reading
I
it.
just now. Oh, it's on.
Boys.
It's on the Twitter Messenger. I think he also messaged me on Reddit, which I saw this morning.
Message you on Reddit.
Yeah, you can direct message on Reddit.
That technology.
Speaking of, let's say everybody share. Everybody ready? 1, 2, 3, and share.
I
Everybody
shared.
Shared.
Share and care.
Looks like my fellow rogue brewers are out in force today. Hey,
they?
guys.
Who's that? Who's there?
Holding up the fort.
Everybody? Is everybody
We got
watching?
Jeffrey, we got Brendan, and Philip.
Oh, I don't
Oh,
see
hey guys.
Jeffrey.
Hey guys. So we're going to go deep on the Democratic debate from last night.
Was that last night?
There was one last night.
Oh.
I don't know. I didn't watch it.
Hey, Andrew in Manchester is watching. Hey, Andrew.
Hey, man.
Andrew in Manchester.
Yes.
What time is it there?
Manchester.
It would be liquid.
Is it 6 hours
time.
different?
Yeah,
so-
is it tea time?
What
there,
is tea
Yeah,
Andrew?
time?
it's like 6 o'clock there.
Is that tea time? No, I thought tea time was
think
earlier.
it's-
Isn't that like
Is it-
3? I feel like tea.
It's always time for a beer or drink,
When
right,
is it
Andrew?
not tea time?
I thought tea time was way earlier.
No, I think tea time's 3 o'clock.
All right, and that's 6 there.
Yeah.
Right.
3 o'clock p.m. So, yeah.
Well,
6:10, it's 6:10 there, yeah. So, all right. So, yeah, that's any time is good time for a drink, right?
yeah.
And come on back to Houston,
Oh,
Andrew, as soon as you
speaking-
can. We can go get
speaking
some
of-
barbecue and
Speaking
go
of
to
tea
the.
time. Speaking of tea time,
Yes.
I have a question.
Oh, do you know?
Yeah.
Oh, well then let
it
me.
seemed like a good segue.
Oh, we were talking about time zones, right?
Yeah.
What exactly is the time over there? I know.
It's time for your favorite segment and mine here on Liquid Lunch. This is
What you drinking?
And today
well-
on the table.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. Speaking of tea time, we
Oh,
have
yeah.
we have some Texas tea time.
Well, that was a
Oh.
hella good segue.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
It's almost like you planned it. But.
Yeah. So, lovely Jules, if you could show off our Texas tea.
All
We
right.
don't, we don't need to start off with this one, but it just seemed like a good,
Yeah, we can,
a
since it's
good,
there.
a good
We have
segue.
a good
Texas
across the
tea.
map. Across the map.
Yeah, we're all over the
variety.
place today. I
pretty much
feel
how
like
it
we have a
goes.
decent beer table today.
Oh.
Yeah. Texas tea,
I guess we could start off with it.
Bishop cider,
Yeah. This one's been out.
black tea and lemon.
Yeah, been out a little bit. Vegan friendly, they say.
I have
No.
Isn't all cider vegan friendly?
Not if it's like a steak cider.
Steak cider.
Have you ever had a steak cider?
I have not, but I'm just saying that.
I
would-
mean, I feel like you could have
I feel like we need them. In.
pork. You could put like pulled pork in a cider.
that would be pretty good. A smoked.
Yeah, smoked pulled pork.
Although I don't know that you need the meat. I'm trying to think what would cause a cider to no longer be vegan friendly. Maybe if you did.
You guys want some now? Might as well,
Yeah,
since we're talking about
might
it.
as well. I like this one. This one's
Let's
it's a
do it.
dry. It's a dry lemony. Bishop, of course, in the Dallas area. The what would make? Let's see. Vegan. It couldn't have any animal product whatsoever. So any
Right.
if you did like a lactose.
Yeah,
I don't know that anybody's ever
like
done
like
a
you
lactose.
did like a milkshake cider.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That sounds disgusting, though, doesn't it? A milkshake cider.
yeah. Well, what it does is
Oh, this one's not as dry as I remember.
what it does.
It's
is
kind of weird.
I mean, it may not.
I like it, but
Way to sell it, Jules. This one's weird.
Well,
I guess I'm just not used to the tea and the cider.
I can just see the commercial. Liquid Lunch's Jules calls it weird.
But weird is good.
yeah,
Three,
it tastes,
three-ish stars.
It tastes like
Three
apple.
weird stars.
Just it tastes like apple tea.
Oh, Philip's right. He said if they used honey, then it wouldn't be vegan friendly, and that would
That's
be a
true.
way that they could sweeten it. So that's a very good
Those
point.
militant vegans
Yeah,
that
very
are
good
like
point.
no, because
Yeah.
I feel like bees make honey, and then
But
they,
it's still an animal byproduct.
It's an animal byproduct, so therefore,
And
what if they
Yeah.
sold it? What if the bees set up a stand
it's still
it's
and it's
still
their
an an-
willful decision to?
That's the same thing. What if a cow was willingly selling its milk?
Would you then justify? Would you be?
Would that still be vegan?
it's
Seems like it would be.
it's
Or would
a
it- would
non-vegan.
it- yeah, would it be non-vegan?
Non-vegan.
But if they're making the conscious decision, what if one identifies as a cow? Right?
What if
Oh,
a cow identifies as a
trust me.
human?
Yeah. Either way.
Back in the days,
Mm-hmm.
I met some people who would identify as cows.
You would or they would?
I would identify them as cows.
Kennedy.
What do we? I don't even know what you're talking about. I'm not even. No, I'm just kidding.
I know.
I'm just gonna let you.
And yes, Andrew, we should definitely go back to Baleson. I took him to Baleson when he was here. And he loved
yeah?
it. Yeah, everybody loves Baleson. I always take him there when I can. Oh, he sent a photo. I wonder if we could. Oh, and he sent us a picture of a brewery to go to next time we're in Manchester. So I have to head
Next time.
Next time
Yeah.
we're in Manchester.
Yeah,
Is he a
it's Rue Barbara Streisand.
is he a Man U
awesome.
fan? Is he a Manchester United fan?
I don't think he's into the football so much, but you are a Man U supporter, right?
I think you have to be, right?
I
Isn't
think
it by law?
they kick you out
What
if
about?
you're not.
Does he want to elaborate on Brexit? I don't know. I'm just kidding.
I know, right? Actually, we've had some very good
I mean,
conversations
he
about
may
that.
want to elaborate it, but
Amber, oh my
it's
gosh,
a
we got
non-political
Amber
show
from-
here.
As soon as we're done talking about the
Hello,
debates last
Amber.
night, we'll get into Brexit.
Oh, that's
from a
cool. I haven't seen you in ages.
Manchester.
And
Yeah,
Amanda.
somebody
we're,
from
we're not doing that.
somebody from Manchester. They a Manchesterian or man
What is it, Andrew? Is it a Manchester? No, it's. He's told me this.
Manchesterian.
I think they're called
Manchesterian?
Manchesterian or
Cheshire?
Manx. What is
A
it?
what?
Max. What is it, Andrew? I forgot. What is it that you're called?
We don't know.
No.
Obviously.
Us American blokes, we don't know.
So, are we ready to move on?
No, I'm trying to share on Reddit as I'm stalling. I'll be honest with you.
Okay. Well,
Sorry.
that's okay.
Is everybody sharing?
Yeah,
Sharing
and
this-
Matt's on. Matt says hi.
I've done shared.
Hey Matt. Oh,
Done shared.
like all the places.
Trying to figure out how to.
All the places.
Done. Post. And
I
then
figure out. Man,
Philip is right. The figuring out the gender stuff now has become way more complicated
Manchian.
than it should
a
be.
mansion.
mansion.
Okay.
Mansion.
Like a mansion,
Yeah.
but just pronounced weird.
Kind of. Well, like English,
Mansion.
I guess.
Just took a DNA test. Turns out I'm very English. So
I am too.
Yeah.
I'm
Hey, Misty. Misty
very
just joined
English.
too.
Hi, Misty.
Yeah.
hey, Misty. Are we moving on? I don't feel like we have anything else to really that we need to get to
I know it.
today.
Yeah, it kind of was. That's the.
I could do my shameless self promotion real quick on the latest episode of Interbrews.
Hold
Can we
on.
do that real quick?
Hold on. Go for it.
Go for it. I like that camera angle. Less,
There you go.
less balding.
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate that. I left my phone at home yesterday, which is one of those things you never want to do when you're addicted to having your phone in your hand and looking at it all the time.
How much screen time do you average in a day on your phone?
What do you think?
Can I guess?
You can try.
Are you going to be honest on the show?
I will be honest.
I bet you log 6 hours of screen time a day on your phone.
10 hours.
10 hours of screen time?
Yep.
You know, you're going to have a permanent hunchback in about a year.
The problem is that it counts all the time you have your screen on. A lot of time it's YouTube videos with my phone turned over.
You're giving away
Yeah.
your secrets right now.
I don't care.
Okay.
But so anyway, I'm not actively watching it all the time, even though the screen is on. So I listen to a lot of lectures and debates and
So does your
podcasts on YouTube
fancy phone, does it keep the charge that whole time?
when you plug it in.
So you can't go a whole day without charging your phone.
No, but when I'm in the car, I'll still use because I have unlimited data. I'll still use YouTube in the car when I'm driving. So there's 2 hours on YouTube right there.
Oh wow.
Then when I'm sitting in places with a plug right there by me and I'm stuck in a chair,
You have YouTube on while you're driving?
yeah, I don't look at it. It's just I had it on like while I'm in the kitchen or whatever getting ready, and I don't even have to like actively watch it then. I just pick it up, and then when I get in, the Bluetooth picks it up, and I just hit
Oh,
play,
right,
and
right,
I'm good
okay.
to go right
Yeah,
where I
it
left
does
off. And so the cool thing about YouTube is if you just hit the screen lock button, everything pauses, as opposed to like a podcast where you actually have to go in, hit pause, like on the podcast app.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I post all my episode of Interbrews on YouTube, so there to me it's a video file, but it's still just the audio with a little animated deal.
Okay.
And so
You keep your finger on the screen lock button, and as soon as like you hear footsteps, you
well, if
you
somebody
hit it real quick.
interrupts or whatever,
Boom,
that's all that.
right there, right there.
Hold on, let me pull up. I got to pull up some information. You'll talk amongst yourselves.
All right. So, when Andrew came and visited us last time, well, visited Julie, not me. He didn't know me previously.
Yeah.
We took him to some fine Texas barbecue.
Oh yeah.
Where?
Pinkertons
Okay.
in the Heights. And he absolutely loved it.
Well,
I don't think any of us could walk after that.
I wonder.
had to
That
show him the
place- that
typical
place,
Texas
yeah.
experience, you
I
know.
wonder if you could go over to England, open a spot like that, and if people would, like a
like
authentic Texas barbecue, would
I
it,
wonder.
would they? Is it one of those things you do when you're in Texas, but then once you get back home, it's all English muffins and
Yeah.
like
And
an
scones and-
authentic
yeah.
barbecue. I mean, it could even be like Kansas City barbecue or
Memphis style.
Any kind of
Memphis
Americanized.
or Carolina barbecue. I wonder if any of that would fly
I wonder.
in England.
I don't know.
And maybe in the different parts too. You know, like Manchester's
Do they have
different than
like
London.
a barbecue
You know.
style in England?
I know he had to leave.
I
But
think
No.
yeah.
Misty just said no.
yeah,
I
there's
don't know if that's. I don't know if
She's
it's
like,
that or
"No,
something
don't
else.
do it."
but-
No. There's been a lot of
Nope.
objectionable
Nope.
topics already brought up.
Yeah, no, because we're losing viewers left and right.
I know.
I think Jeffrey just said he was out of here. He was out of here.
Oh, was it the political talk?
Yeah, cows identifying as humans.
Yeah.
He was offended. We've offended everybody so far.
I know. Yay, it's a good show.
Well, let me
yeah.
before we lose everybody, just let me promote our latest episode of Interbrews. Kelly Meyer from New Braunfels Brewing.
Hold on. There.
You hate
There you go. Now promote away.
Kelly Myers from founder New Braunfels Brewing in New Braunfels of all places. He has a new book out. It's called "How Not to Start a Fucking Brewery." That's just the title.
That's pretty awesome.
Did you?
Yes.
Why did you do that?
What'd you do?
You can't, don't bleep me out. Don't do that. That's not even funny.
You bleeped him
It's
out.
just not. I get what you're trying to do. Will you stop?
Oh my god, we're like totally losing it
Yeah.
today.
No, I get what you're trying to do.
Hey, Peggy.
It's chug. It's that ESB that I chugged.
So it just went right to your head?
Yeah.
Or to your fingers? Anyway, new book. It's called 10 Business Lessons from the Front Lines of the Craft Beer Industry. So it's on Kindle currently.
cool.
You can get it right this very second. Go to Amazon, type in "How to Start a Fucking Brewery" or Kelly Meyer, Kelly. Kelly Meyer, Meyer. KFM, Kelly frickin' Meyer. Anyway, you can get that book, and then the paperback is coming out March 1st, and it is one of these books where I'm reading it. I'm right in the middle of it right now. There's 11 chapters, something like that, and so I'm right smack dab in the middle. Very readable, but it's a lot of real world, tangible. Oh, peeked out there for a second. Weird. Anyway, a lot of real world. What's it doing that for? How about now? Real world. There we go. That was
Doesn't
weird.
like those words.
It didn't like the
The real world.
tone of that. Anyway,
The
it's a lot of
metrics
real
set up
world.
for this. Ooh, there now my what?
Huh? Are you getting buzzy?
Yeah, I
Oh,
went.
my mic's about
weird.
to like. These mics have been on for 5 years.
Jeffrey,
straight. Sorry, don't let me wait. I'm gonna get my thought out. It's already hard enough. Wait. Anyway, a lot of tangible, real world advice, numbers,
Yeah.
details, all kinds of things. Like, what's the difference between can you come to the market with the very best beer in the world and expect to do well?
You got to get it out there. People have to know it's the best.
Right.
beer.
The
Yeah.
marketing side, all kinds of things.
So
Like
is it a
house-
lot of stuff that you obviously didn't think of? Because but now knowing it's kind of like, oh, that makes sense. Like
Well,
kind of a hindsight thing, you know?
Well, they're all things that he did
Yeah.
and messed up on.
Okay.
And so through experience, starting small. A lot
Yeah.
of people think, oh, I would just start super small and work up. But
Yeah.
there's numbers that dictate what will actually work. If you're doing a full-time brewery or it's just a little part-time kind of side gig or whatever, there's numbers.
That's cool.
Anyway,
So-
all that information.
So
That's neat.
anyone who is interested in possibly opening up their brewery
Yes.
or something, because we have a lot of home brewers that watch the show, and most breweries are started by home brewers.
No, but yes, and.
I think
yes, and. Yes, and.
I think breweries, people have a lot of home brewing experience, and they want to kick it up to the next level and start their own.
Yeah.
So this would be a good book to read.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
That's my point.
Yes. I would say that if you look at the way things have changed in the last, I don't know, well, especially 10 years, you go back a decade. Like the people that were just home brewers that had nothing related to like business or anything and just jumped into owning a brewery, that used to be a thing. Now you can't really do that. You got to have your business.
You got to have a plan.
skills. Yes.
You can't. It's not just going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Jeffrey asked if there was an audio version available, and probably not. But
I
you
doubt
could
it.
do that.
Well,
Why
What
don't
if
you
you
ask
did it?
Kelly if you could
Yeah.
record your sweet, sultry voice?
Yeah, in an
No.
audio
And read the
version.
book.
I'm actually against that. I want Kelly to do it in his own voice. We talked about it. My thought is this: my favorite audiobooks are always read by the author.
Yeah,
And,
I do like that.
and there's supplemental. I'm trying to talk him into doing some supplemental stuff. Like my favorite audiobooks are when, like Adam Carolla has great audiobooks because he'll read the book, but then he'll riff for another hour at the end of each chapter on like whatever. Cause
Yeah.
and so it's like you get this whole. It's like you purchase the book, but then you purchase the audiobook. It's a whole extra thing that
That's
goes more
cool.
in depth, and you hear it in their voice. So that's my approach to audiobook. So I will help him engineer that. if I offered
Yeah.
some of that up, and I would more than be willing to travel to New Braunfels to do that.
That would be cool. Yeah, that's interesting.
all
We
right,
talked
If
about
this-
it.
but whatever. Anyway, that latest episode of Interbrews recorded at Thistle Draft Shop with Mary. Mary was sitting at the table, so
Oh, cool.
everybody loves Mary.
Yep.
Everybody loves Mary.
And
We need to get
Thistle
back
Draft
out there. I
Shop
haven't
is.
seen her in a while.
I love that place. I
I
love
do.
it so much. We're just sitting there. It's cloudy and it's just like dreary like today. It wasn't
Yeah.
as cold as today, but it was just kind of like that overcast. And then just you go inside and it's just like a hug.
It's all warm and I was gonna say it's all warm and
So,
fuzzy and
that's a
happy.
big shout
And,
out to
yeah.
Thistle Draft Shop because
They're up for a couple awards too. They've won some recently, and I think they're up for a number of other ones too, which is really cool.
is
It's
it a
nice to see
voting
them
thing
getting.
or like a?
There's some national things that they've been posting on their Instagram page.
Okay.
So yeah,
Everybody,
it's cool.
go put your support in for Thistle.
Yes.
So,
And when you're in Houston, come in spring, come visit
yes,
Thistle.
absolutely.
So really quickly, I want to say hi to Peg.
Hey, Pet.
Hey, Jason. Peg and Jason joining us. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it.
And Tammy. Tammy just joined.
Oh, Tammy. Woo.
Yeah, we missed you the other week.
Yeah. So Jeffrey brought up something that I wouldn't mind talking about. But I'd like to do it after we do something else.
Okay. That's.
Could you grab the Drink of Ages?
The Drink of Ages. Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, somebody asked me to post the link to the
Yes.
book. I'll pull it up
Oh yeah, that would be cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm a little stuck on my cord.
on your gourd.
Oh,
my cord.
I'm pretty sure there's no gourds in here this time of year.
I don't know.
This is a very gourd-filled room
Freak
during the
zone.
fall, but currently,
Alright.
not a single gourd. Oh, you said cord.
Some cord.
well, I mean,
You can't really see the. But
maybe Gordo. All right, so Lovely Jules happened to pick up this past weekend
I'm
a
always thinking of you.
yes, because she is awesome. She got me Oi Oi Oi,
Yeah.
the Drink of Ages and Baba Brew House collaboration.
Excellent.
So West Coast IPA.
Oh, okay.
Sure, and I forget the hops they used. And
Way to bring it.
I think it was Cascade and something else.
The copy. Okay, so
You have a thing.
I posted the link to the book in the comments. It doesn't show a hot link.
I've never.
But if you
done
copy it
one
and
of
put it
these
in your
before,
browser.
So.
No, it does.
What?
It
Does it
does.
show the actual link?
Yeah, you,
So,
can,
yeah.
you can click on it.
Okay, cool.
I hope this is
Oh.
good. Yeah, it literally was just a took. There was
Yeah.
no like or anything.
Yeah.
Okay. Here, my glasses. Actually,
You
give me enough. This has
So I was gonna
cidery
say, yeah, I think
sugar
we need
kind
to
of
do
thing.
one.
Give me. We'll just clean all the glasses. if
Yeah,
we-
we got. I got here. If you want to hand that to me, I got glasses. Oh.
I want to drink after you.
You're not drinking after me.
Okay.
Uh.
So what do we know about this one?
So, Julie,
Yeah.
Preston says hi,
Hi, Preston.
and he's a little confused if you're Julie or Vanna.
Well, maybe a little bit of both.
All right. So what do we know about
Maybe
this
I'm
beer
the new
from
Vanna.
the Drink of Ages Baba mashup? What do we know?
Yes. So tell us about that. And it was interesting the way that I got it. Have never seen it in that small kind of
Hey, Trip.
crowler thing.
Trip watching. thing
Hey,
burning.
Tripper. Hey.
This glass was a little dusty on the inside.
Are you getting a dirty glasses mafia?
No, just saying. Just pointing that out in case somebody. I'm trying to get ahead of it. That's what I'm trying to do.
Let's see.
So it's a West Coast, Chris. Look at that. It's you can see through it.
Hold on.
Are we doing this?
Yeah, do it.
You can see
Do
through
it. Do it.
Boom.
That is one clean looking.
When did you
West
get
Coast
this?
stuff.
When did you-
Saturday night at their 8th anniversary party.
Okay.
Which was, I think, the second day that it was released.
Okay. So
I
I'm
think it
wondering
was released
about
on Friday.
have this been opened at all before
No.
then?
Nope, I got it.
Is it a little flat?
Saturday. That's what I was wondering.
Not necessarily, but
It didn't have much, like I was saying, it didn't, it just
Yeah.
kind of, so. I
don't know.
I mean, it looks like it's got,
no, it tastes good. Hop. I like the.
I'm
I
surprised.
love a good West Coast IPA.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's gonna be my next brew actually.
Well, there you go. I love.
And
All
just,
IPAs.
just so you know, this West Coast IPA, we got a contest coming up at the Grain at Rogue Brewers. Our March meeting, West Coast IPA contest.
Cool.
And just so you know, Jeffrey and Philip and Matt, I'm gonna smoke you guys.
oh.
You guys are gonna be.
Is
just-
that like a
yeah.
throwdown challenge?
Yeah,
Is that
that's a challenge. I'm throwing down the beer gauntlet.
There-
Jeffrey says it's
Because-
Uh-oh.
Jeffrey and
because-
his expertise. It's those types of cans. and so that makes sense.
Yeah, I've never seen like the. I mean, I've seen those in Monsters, but I haven't seen it like
interesting.
in the beer.
And all he did, I guess he did it himself. It's not like, because you can only tighten it to a certain degree.
So maybe with
Right.
those particular cans, here,
Probably made more
can
for
right
the
up to
night up.
like the
yeah,
top.
maybe this is probably like you want to drink this the night of.
So it's
Yeah.
it literally just, you can't really even tighten it more than that. It's just
Right.
it's interesting.
Yeah. Oh well, what are you gonna do? I mean,
It's still good.
I mean, yeah, I guess you really would want to drink it within a couple days.
I will say
So
I like the you still get that West Coast hop kind of bitter back in kind of what everybody loves about West Coast or people who love West Coast IPAs, what they like. Philip says his IPA is already brewed.
oh, you messed
he's
up,
already-
Philip. You brewed it way too early.
He's just trying to scare you, Philip. Don't worry. He's just trying to
Way
get
too
your
early.
nerves in
Way
there.
too early. Your hops are going to be dropping off,
John Farley did
and,
bring up,
and then that's where I'm going to come and take it.
Yeah.
Take it from you.
John did bring up that Houston won't be the same after Drink of Ages pub closes. That's one of the sad notes.
It is.
We've had
Yeah.
a couple of sad little pieces of information come out in the last week or two. That and Texas Beer Refinery down in Dickinson.
They're closing.
It's excuse me. She get choked up about the whole thing. Yeah, it's never quite as clear as that. It's labeled as a restructuring, reorganizational something or something.
Yeah. Okay.
So could it be something newer? But yes, it'll be.
Interesting.
They are closing their doors at least for a time. But I don't know. There's just so many things. Like when I talk about this book, one of the things, Kelly's book, one of the things you'll hear right off the bat, and this is intriguing, Kelly, they were very close. Their whole catalyst for the book was that they were very close to closing the doors on New Braunfels.
Really?
Yeah. So how they got to that point and then what brought them back was everything in that book. And there is so much that goes into the business side of things when it comes to, there's obviously location and marketing, and then just marketing like we talked about before. It's like before Drink of Ages was Drink of Ages, it was it the Growler Stop? Growler Stop or the Growler?
Do you remember, Chris?
I don't
know. It was a growler fill.
Or it wasn't the G Spot. The G Spot's out in Fulshire.
The G Spot's is a myth.
No, the G. I know
No,
where to
it's
find
not.
the G Spot.
That's what you guys just tell you.
That's the Growler Spot.
Do you now?
Yeah, I do.
Maybe you should write a book.
It would just be a Google map to Fulshire to the Growler Spot. But the Growler Spot's, I love that. I love that place. I don't know if you guys have been out there, but it's that place is popping. But that's the thing. It's like, neighborhood to neighborhood, what's close, what's not, marketing, and then like the fact that a growler station or whatever it was, then brewery, like I don't know, they were open, and then brewers were allowed to sell beer to go after that, or and brew pubs or whatever. The laws change, and then your business model no longer makes sense. It's like when
Just like that, yeah.
when I don't know, cars were invented, and the guy that did all the
Horseshoes?
horseshoes is like, shit, this is gonna be a hard year.
Damn. I got to make tires?
Right. So yeah, he could switch to tires or
Yeah.
something.
Or you're out of business.
I'll deliver your gas via horse.
There you go. But yeah, that's interesting because that's something you don't foresee. You can have everything laid out and perfect, but then a law change, and then you're like, well, all right, shit,
Yeah.
Just real quickly, this the Oi 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 West Coast IPA collab.
Yeah.
Chinook and Cascade hops.
Oh, those sea hops.
Chinook
Classic.
Cascade, 6.5%.
There you go. A perfect classic West Coast IPA. I say classic, but
Yeah.
it's not like it's a style that's been around for 100 years, but it's, now in something that's been around for 5 years is a classic. The NEPA is almost a classic. Anyway, yeah, that's interesting. I like this beer, even with the slight loss of carbonation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's good.
It tastes like some of my past home brews that didn't have quite enough carbonation.
Final.
I mean, it doesn't taste like this is way better. So my point is
think?
the carbonation is kind of like some of my home brews.
I dig it. Okay, what else? I feel
right.
like, did y'all have like a
Final Gravity.
Talking about somebody else's, whoever they were talking about. Somebody.
So I think they're talking. Yeah. So in
Was it Philip? Did Philip?
but Philip said he might have to brew a different one, so he'll donate that keg to the Rogue Brews.
I think he was
which would
asking
be-
Philip what his
Yeah.
final gravity
So we
was.
might have to do that.
What he said?
Kennedy's got a keg to donate. Getting
Yes,
ready.
I have a keg to donate to the grain cellar.
Yep. Yeah. It's gonna be good too.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
the style? Are you
So
gonna reveal the style?
I just canned / bottled my latest brew on Tuesday.
Talk about my foot's asleep.
That's okay. I did a stout.
Can't talk with sleep.
Is it putting you?
I did a
to sleep?
stout, and I use Preston's recipe, the Cookie Monster, the oatmeal Cookie Monster stout.
Yeah. Is it spice?
And
There's spices?
no, there's no spice
No,
in it.
yeah,
No,
there's
no
no-
spice. But I finally, my first time ever, I hit my numbers.
Congratulations.
I
Yep.
actually hit the ABV I was supposed to hit.
Oh, I thought
on
you
this
meant on
one.
your cholesterol.
Finally hit the ABV that I was
pressure.
supposed to hit. Actually, a little higher. So
Yeah, you did. You
Yeah.
ended up just a little bit higher, which is interesting. Yeah, you were a
which-
little bit lower on the first, but then when it was done, it came out a
Yeah.
little bit higher. So it was interesting. And
yeah,
that's
yeah.
how
The,
much?
the OG was low, but then the final, the yeast like went nuts
Yeah.
in that beer, and I actually went a little higher than it
What
was
yeast
supposed to
did you
be.
use?
and how many pounds
I
of
used
grain?
as a dry English yeast.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That seems appropriate for you.
Yeah, yeah. So 8.14%.
Wow.
That was
Yeah.
out. Yeah, that's like
be good.
over 16 pounds of grains in the grain father.
Wow.
That was crazy.
That's a lot of grains there.
Preston has taught me well. Thank you,
Yeah.
Preston.
Preston. There's a reason why Preston sounds so much like Professor, and it's just because they use the same letters. But Preston is very, very smart and a great teacher. He's an excellent teacher. So
Yeah.
he is one you should cozy up next to if you're trying to get into home brewing or something like that, because he is smart fella. Well, we went through that IPA. pretty
I know that was pretty because it was just a single.
was
Right?
good.
Let's you know what, as we were talking about the book, Kelly's book, we may have
So, yeah.
actually we might have blown out our palettes with we should have gone maybe
I don't
the
know
sour
what.
before.
Julie, what do you got going on over there?
we got.
Got a bunch of
I know.
unfinished
I got
beers.
a little.
Yeah, see, are we too fast for you?
I know. Yeah, you're drinking too fast for
Sorry.
me. today.
Well, it's not true because I've seen her drink before.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Is that the Blondine?
Yeah.
That the classic Blondine? So
Yeah,
Blondine,
Oh,
Sour farmhouse wheat beer.
yes.
Julie is gonna love this.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Love this.
You don't like sours, do you?
No, I don't like sours.
Oh, then you won't like this. Don't be a.
So we have that one.
Hey, look at her shirt, bro.
And then we have.
Don't be a dick.
I know. Yeah. Read
You know
the
how
shirt,
many
man.
times I hear that a day?
How many times
Directed
do you listen?
towards me.
That's the
And
question.
this is the other blondie.
Zero.
Yeah.
By
What-
Electra.
Okay, so what this one is Blondine is kind of the Kelly called it the soul of the brewery. It's kind of the work.
This
It's
one?
well, yes, the Blondine is like kind of the core, the starter point.
Okay.
So they'll do these other beers, like Electra was another beer, and we had one on the show. The name escapes me at the moment. But anyway, they're fruited sours that they do, and then when they barrel age them, and then when they empty the barrel, you can't leave the barrels empty, so you still have some of that like the echo of the fruit kind of still in there, or whatever was left when they emptied the barrel. They'll dump some fresh Blondine into the barrel, and so then you get kind of this lighter. Like it's almost like the barrel version of a Second Runnings or something like that.
Okay,
kind of
yeah.
thing. So it's just another way to get more flavor out of. Well, it's not even why. It's just getting more, extracting more flavor from fruit that hadn't already had all the flavor taken out, and because that like the Brett and all that kind of stuff still chews through so much, and so all these beers are super dry, and I love that, and lower ABV but just tart and probably not in your wheelhouse.
Here you go, guys.
So, all right, yeah, hand me that.
I'm not sure which one you want to go with.
No, we'll go with this one. Hand me-
Okay.
Perfect. We got bottle openers all over the place.
Yeah, I
And I'll finish
absolutely
drinking my little.
love Blondine.
Well, this is
and all the different types of Blondines out there. It is like one of my faves.
hey
Ab-
Jose's
absolutely.
Jose listening on the audio feed. So yeah, these are great because one, I love this. I love the stubby bottles.
Yeah, the bottles are cool though. I love
My
that.
faves. This one's been in ice and stuff. That's why the label's peeling. We had a little bucket there at Thistle to cool them down. Kelly had to drive all the way from New Braunfels, drove to Spring, then drove all the way down to Webster, and then back to New Braunfels that day.
Oh my gosh.
So, and we did this episode was an hour and a half, and then we did an extra 25 minutes for
man.
Patreon exclusive. Yeah.
So there's the sour beers. There's the kettle sours, and then like what? How
Well,
would
this
you
is not
describe-
kettle sour.
No, this is not a kettle. How would you describe?
Oh no.
I mean, I call it a funky sour, but is there?
Well, it's
Like a-
barrel.
like a-
it's whatever's in the barrel.
I mean, they're using like the natural yeast and stuff.
Well, it's what they're. So okay, when you've had barrels long enough, you start to, what lives in the barrel starts to be. I'm not. Let me see that Blondine bottle real quick. I don't know if they have a house. He told me, and I've already forgotten. But artistic Morel. This is what yeast. Okay. Yes, they have a mixed culture. They have like a house mixed culture.
Yeah.
That they. But that lives in the barrels. Once you put it in the beer, put the beer in the barrels, and then it like actually the lacto or the bread or whatever, the mixed culture, which is just meaning however they decide to mix it. Lacto, all those different bugs, nice, lovely bugs. They live in the barrel even after the beer is taken out. So then you put, and so they kind of evolve over time and it's kind of become their own thing. And anyway, but it's the sour from the acid, the pH drop comes from the lacto or the producing. So it's like does that make sense at all?
Yeah. It's so good though. Yeah.
I do like that.
It's you don't really find too many of these styles of beers because I think from what I've heard, you start brewing these kind of beers and it's going to infect your whole brewery. So unless you have a brewery like New Braunfels that like does a bunch of these, brewers they're afraid to do this.
It's less the case now than it used to be.
Okay.
Because you look at like even Jester King, like with home brewers, you do need to have two sets of equipment. And like I don't have the book in here; it's over there somewhere. But the what is it? The sour book, whatever it is. Anyway, what he does with his home brew. I mean, he owns a professional brewery, but he'll get his homebrew equipment after a year, like plastic buckets and stuff. They get scratched, and so bugs can not like ants and stuff, but microbes.
Yeah.
They can live in those little scratches, like just when you're stirring and things like that. And so after a year, he graduates all of his buckets to his sour stuff, and he has all its own set of equipment over there. The kettle, not so much. Kettle, boils or whatever. But everything that touches that has any extra cultures of whatever, and that's like that equipment over there. I think he's got two different rooms for fermenting like classic styles versus because they can travel through the air and all that kind of stuff.
Wow.
So
Even his homebrew is like that, or is
especially homebrew.
Oh wow. Yeah.
You just homebrewing, you have to do that more because things are less controlled. At a professional brewery, everything is enclosed. They use caustic and all that kind of stuff to clean lines, and so everything is scientifically dialed in to be.
Yeah. After I brewed my failed attempt at the Goza, I retired that bucket.
Yeah.
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 I mean, you could use it as a sanitation holder.
Yeah, I mean, it's my spare bucket.
Yeah.
Like, just,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like
It's
turn it over and sit on it kind of thing.
sort of. Or I mean, I just throw shit in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Carry
So the Blondine,
Yes.
it's a BJCP 28B mixed culture,
Okay.
mixed fermentation sour.
Who said that?
I did.
Oh yeah.
Where did you?
I did.
Where'd you get that information?
Tripper may have helped me a little bit.
Just a little bit?
Just a little.
Yeah. But yeah, it's not as. I don't think it's as imperative as it used to be for commercial brewers, just because the processes have become more. Technology is allowed for better control and things like that. I mean, it can still get away from me. That's why Jester King became Jester King, but now Jester King is starting to actually make some more classic styles because they're getting away from guest beers at the brewery. Did you know that?
Yep. Which is nice. Yeah, you mentioned that the other week.
I mean,
Yeah.
Jester
Did
King
I?
is
I
such.
didn't even
such
I mean, it might have been off.
it's
but
such like the Austin hip place to
But I
go
like
now.
What?
Jester King, it's the hit place to go in Austin, and then a lot of their beers aren't really that approachable to
Right,
like
exactly.
the masses.
So it's nice that they're offering up more approachable beers.
Well, they always had the guest beers. So you like if somebody went out and just wanted like a West Coast IPA, they would always have West Coast IPA or a Pilsner or something along those lines. But I think since they're doing their own wines and things like that, Jose not a fan of the sours. Don't be sour on sour.
Me either, Jose.
That's fine.
I'm with you.
We meet you where you're at. That's why there's so many styles. It's okay. It's okay. I love them, but I also love West Coast IPAs and brown ales and stouts and
You love them all.
I love them all. Yeah, it just depends on my mood.
You don't discriminate.
Yeah. Blonde ale with some crawfish. Give me some Bombshell Blonde and like 2 pounds of crawfish and leave me alone.
2 pounds? 2 pounds?
It's getting about it's that time of year
that's
too,
just enough
right?
to get you started.
All the crawfish
when
are coming
you're eating
out.
crawfish, if you're in it to win it, you got to do at least 8 pounds.
What?
I think.
For one person?
One
Yeah.
Do you not
person?
do any potatoes or corn or sausage or anything like that?
Yeah, you can do all that, but
Can
you
it?
don't really get full off crawfish.
Yeah, 8 pounds of crawfish
That's
is
fine.
really like this much meat, right?
It's not much.
Yeah. You sit down, 8 pounds of crawfish, you're down in like 6 or 8 beers. It's a good day.
Damn. I'll be
right.
like
It's
passed
a
out.
good
Actually,
day.
I did pass out last time I did that.
Yes.
And right, Philip, all beer has its place in
I'm
time.
still
exactly.
working on Julie to like crawfish.
Oh, you don't like it? You like shrimp? Crab legs?
I like crab legs.
Okay.
Yeah. Shrimp's okay, but it's just so much effort. I don't like the oil and the seasonings that they use in it. If it was just a little tiny mini lobster looking thing, that's okay. But that oil that seasoned oil that they put it in, and then
Where are you
having to
getting your
like
crawfish?
Yeah.
get all that, I don't know.
She gets grossed out.
It's creepy.
You got to embrace the
It's creepy, like ripping
sucking the heads
Yeah.
and eating the tail.
And it gets all in your nails.
I don't even suck the heads.
Ugh.
But man,
That's why you can eat so
That's
many.
what
You
she
don't-
said.
I mean, you suck the head. It's just juice.
Yeah, it is.
It's gross.
Awesome. Listen, there's a
And
lot
you
of.
get all the guts and stuff in your fingernails and
Yeah,
stuff.
that's the
It's
best
just
part.
creepy.
Then you go to take a leak and you're like, what? Ah! And, then and you realize,
Don't touch anything.
yeah, too late.
I'm so excited about crawfish season starting again.
It's already here, man. You
I
haven't had
know. That's what I'm
crawfish?
saying. I'm excited about
Have you
it.
had any yet?
I typically don't like them like the first month. They're kind of small.
Yeah.
Give 'em a few weeks.
Yeah.
March is the time.
March.
Peak season.
March is.
Well, it is. Let's see.
yeah.
This is the weekend before Fat Tuesday.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That Tuesday's next week.
Yeah.
And then it's, Lent. What you giving
Oh.
up for Lent?
I don't do that.
Well, that's the whole point of Fat Tuesday is you eat and drink everything because you're, get rid of it in the
okay,
house. And then
okay.
you go,
I'll give
you
up.
do one without the other.
I'll give up eating as much as I do the weekend before
Okay,
Fat
there you
Tuesday until Easter, which that's the 40 days, right?
Yep,
I
exactly.
won't. Actually. What will I give up? I don't know.
Nothing.
Because you got to eat up all the meat and the butter and the creams and all that rich living because then for Lent, you don't eat that. And you go like more,
Yeah.
No,
I like the
traditionally back in,
I like the thought of Lent. Mm-hmm. I like giving something up so you can appreciate it more. Mm-hmm. I've winnowed most things like giving up French fries or something like that wouldn't be such a big deal.
Yeah.
I've winnowed most things down. Like if I had to give up coffee, I wouldn't get anything done.
Yeah.
And it just wouldn't be worth it for anybody else
Yeah.
or me.
Yeah.
Do y'all know any? Jose wants to know if you know of any good crawfish places in Spring area. I feel like there's.
No, like most of the crawfish places that I go to, it's usually like somebody's doing a crawfish boil.
Most breweries have
Yeah.
had.
Yeah.
Yeah, like go to a brewery or something like that, or somebody's like, "Oh, we have crawfish today." I don't know.
Like we went to Baleson that one.
I
That
know
one time. That
if
was
you
kind of fun.
in Houston itself, LA Crawfish is like the place to go.
Okay.
I love it's in like where is it? It's off of I-10 and Bunker Hill or something like that, and it's in like this Asian market.
Okay.
It's called LA Crawfish, and
Okay.
their crawfish is bomb.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. I hear Louisiana. If you're there. I heard that's a good place.
Yeah, that's probably a good place,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
So,
Probably pretty fresh.
I've never been to Krabby Daddy's.
Krabby Daddies.
Philip.
there before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we should probably get into new beers because
Yeah.
we've got a lot of
Oh.
info, and it would be sad if we weren't able to talk about it. Okay.
All right.
So we're trying to do more label approval talk and that sort of thing. So we take a look into the future.
yeah.
Not.
Hold on. Do this again.
Uh-huh.
Since I'm gonna have to edit this later.
Oh, you want me to do it for your editing?
No. Yeah. So do it. Say we're looking into the future again, but then when you see the graphic pop up, don't talk because there's music that goes underneath it that I need to give you.
Can we just cut like an audio clip and you can add it to it?
Well, I did. That's what I do, but it doesn't work when we're speaking over it.
Okay.
All right. So let's start over again.
So what am I supposed to say? We're going to look into the future.
Yeah.
That's it? What else am I supposed to
No,
say?
just like you did before.
What did I do before?
I
It just
don't-
flows. It comes
Yeah.
from a place where I don't even...
Well, let's just flow again.
Just be spontaneous.
Hey,
But-
everybody.
But when you see the graphic, just don't say anything.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah.
Oh.
Hold on. Oh, I can't do this either. Hold on.
okay. It's time to...
No. I gotta take off.
Not time.
It's got it. All right. Now start flowing.
All right. Well, we want to make sure that we take a look at all the great new beers being approved here in the great state of Texas. No, not now, not back then,
Yeah.
and not way into the future, but in the beer future.
All right.
Do you play the music with that?
No, I didn't play the music with that.
Can you do
I don't.
that?
I don't have.
We got it.
I got to give you the. I'm going to give you the music. Just remind me.
I want better music.
Because that was really kind of weird. We're like, okay, no.
Yeah,
Well, it's going to look better when I do this later.
okay, which
Yeah.
one are we starting with?
Did you guys need another? We got about 10, 15 minutes. Did you want another beer? You're about low. I didn't know if you
I'm
wanted
good
to.
for now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, we also on the table the classic Blondine and then Tornado Shark, which if we don't get into, y'all can't take that.
Well, I want to get into the tornado.
I kind of. Do you want to get into it?
No, it's too much. No, it's what is it? It's
I don't
too-
have to work today.
And you can go down to HEB and grab one. And they have 6th anniversary.
It's 8.3.
Yeah, they have this one, and they have that's the 7th anniversry from Lone Pint.
Oh,
and,
wait, hold
and,
on.
and,
Okay.
and,
Oh, you got more there.
yeah,
good.
Jules, you got like 7 beers in front
I
of you.
know. I was
that
thinking of you guys.
you- No.
But I forgot you.
You drink. You do that.
You do
drink
you.
all that.
You do.
I've
But
got
they
my
have this one.
menagerie.
Yeah, they have this one, and they have the 6th anniversary, the Undead Head Ed aged and ported. Port barrels.
Oh,
Hold on. Your HEB has undead
Undead.
head.
Undead Head Ed, 6th
Cred
anniversary, aged in port barrels.
oh, we might be making
So
stuff.
yeah, you should. And unless they sold out since this past weekend, but I'm sure they have not.
I love that.
Until I said that, and everybody, you hear the tires screeching.
Yeah,
People in the-
everybody's-
I love that beer.
All right, what are we talking about here at the beer future? Where are we starting?
In the beer future, one Cole Fox.
Oh, okay. Let me pull that up because it's over here. Hey, Chadford.
Yeah.
Chadford's watching.
Hurricane Rations.
Yes.
American Lager, 5.8%.
Yes.
It's hard to read down there, but they've listed like the pairings for this beer, which is kind of cool. I wish more beers would do that on the label.
No, I love it.
Yeah, this beer pairs great with natural disasters.
Let's see. What did Chris let us know? Let's see. It was
We need to start printing all this stuff out
Yeah,
beforehand.
he yeah, I probably he
that's
sent me
a
this
cool
a couple
graphic.
days ago. It's hand painted.
Oh, is that right? Yeah, it's
Yeah.
nice.
That's hand painted?
I mean, not
Oh.
yes.
Well, obviously
original.
people are looking on their screens and it's not hand painted there, but
That's cool.
the original
though.
artwork.
I like that Hurricane Rations.
Yeah. So, and he wanted to make sure that he didn't want to seem
cool.
insensitive. But this is target because of the like hurricanes.
Yeah,
People hurricanes suck or whatever. But people understand.
that's great.
But yes, that's an American lager, probably the perfect beer when the power goes out during a hurricane.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be hot and muggy and awful. And Hurricane Rations, you need a case of a beer like that.
A case, yeah.
Yeah. So Cole Fox up in Chapel Hill,
Chapel Hill.
Chapel
Yeah.
not North Carolina,
Yeah.
Texas.
So next we go to
Oh, that's cool too.
up to Dallas.
This is a cool one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's really
This is
cool.
yeah. Okay.
Okay. Do we have our information from? I have all of it.
It's a limited edition.
You have the information.
Here, you get that piece of paper, and I'll pull up the email.
Okay, that book.
All right. So yes. So Community Beer, they're doing a collaboration sort of with the Dallas office.
Sorta.
Well, they're doing a collaboration with the Dallas Office of Arts and Culture.
They were so excited for us to talk about it. Now
Yeah.
it's just kind
I
of.
did
Yeah.
sort of. That's awesome. It's
So
cool.
they had 3 different artists, and the goal of each artist was to communicate their individual concept of community and neighborhood.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
So 3 artists did their, Texas Lager is one of their flagships. The
The
community
artist
flagships.
Angela Foz.
Yeah.
Cameron. I'm gonna butcher this.
That's great.
Hinojosa and Jeff Muncie.
All right.
There you go.
Oh, wow.
So there are the 3 that are out. The proceeds of this are going to help, are being donated to the Office of Arts and Culture up there in Dallas.
April's Dallas Art Month.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Okay.
And it'll be this beer will be featured at art-oriented venues: the Nasher, the Majestic AT&T Performing Arts Center, Moody Performance Hall, Salmon Center for the Arts, Salmon's Center, and the Nasher Sculpture
cool.
Center, and the Dallas Arts District Foundation.
Yeah.
And purchase at select retail partners across DFW.
So we won't be able to get any here then.
We'll have to make a trek up to
Yeah,
Dallas.
you got to make a
Yeah,
trek.
so that's
out
why
there,
you were
but-
saying
so, yeah.
we're going to Dallas. Yeah.
So,
okay.
They say you can find these. They're featured at art. Did you say this? Art-oriented.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
just
that's
read-
what
Venues,
you just
yeah.
read all the list. That was
just
yeah.
read it.
All right.
It'll also be in their tap room.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Yeah.
That was really cool though. I love the
Yeah.
concept and the art.
Launch on March 12th. March 12th.
March
So what is that? 3 weeks? 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
Okay.
Cool.
So,
okay.
and also thanks for our community for getting back to us.
Yeah, Corey, thank you, sir.
Yeah.
And if
Yeah.
anybody's listening in Dallas and wants to come bring some or something, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, if you like mule some of these back, we'll put these beers on the Liquid Lunch beer table
Yeah,
all day long.
that'd be
Yeah,
awesome.
big shout out Corey, Kevin, David, Ian, and Glenn.
All right.
The community.
So heading back down to Houston, specifically Conroe area.
Yeah.
This is kind of cool.
Yeah, it is. Let me pull up my message from Seth.
So Copperhead
Yep.
is getting into the hard seltzer game.
Wow.
Yep.
So that's cool.
Well, here's the thing I know.
Uh-huh.
I know Seth, and
Yeah.
I know his brewing expertise
Yeah.
is top notch. He is a man of science and art and music. That guy can shred.
Yeah?
Go check out it. If you're not friends with him on Facebook, you can.
Oh, he's got a couple of them.
Guy can shred. He knows how to play guitar. But anyway, so that means some delicious hard seltzers. This is the beautiful thing about it, y'all. 5% ABV. You see right there on
Yeah.
right there. The different fruits and
Yeah.
gluten free, 100 calories,
yeah.
only 1 carb, no sugar added.
That's
natural
great.
flavors,
Yeah.
and all that good stuff. He said.
I noticed on the other one too, on the art cans, they pointed out that it was low carb or low calorie as well. So it was interesting that that's kind of a focus on.
It's a drink you
some of
can't
this.
hide any mistakes in at all. So you got to be sharp.
Yeah,
So there's
that's
only,
awesome.
yeah, good seltzers.
Because let's admit it, there's some good liking to a good seltzer. It's
If-
on
well,
a hot day, and you want to just
Sure, if in between beers or something.
Yeah.
I want to hate.
I want. Yeah.
I want to hate on seltzers so bad.
But there's a time and
I
a place for
can't.
them as well.
There are
So
some you can.
I just
yeah, there's some you definitely
I
can.
can't. I can't.
Like the Bud Light seltzer. Go.
Well, I've
so-
never had a Bud Light seltzer.
No, but
Yeah.
I'm,
I probably won't.
the best ones are super clean.
So it's exciting that
I would
there's
imagine.
craft options.
I would be willing to bet Seth's is like that. I know that the ones that Caleb is making down at Backfish are. I've had them personally.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Super clean, crisp, and none of that weird like mouth yucky backwash flavor.
Do we know if these are going to be available like local HEBs or
Well, they're canning them, right?
Yeah,
That's-
so
They're canning.
wherever?
I mean, at this point the labels have been approved, so we're waiting.
So
for,
wherever Copperhead
Yeah,
sells
we're waiting
theirs.
for Copperhead to say, to make an announcement. You can get them there, here.
Yeah.
We're
All right.
Because,
not
yeah,
quite sure yet, but just be on the lookout for them.
Yeah.
Cool.
Let's move it along.
All right.
cool.
Still interesting.
Family business.
Oh, there you go.
What do they got?
Nice name.
So they really, they've got a. Looks like they have some stuff coming out.
They're in Dripping Springs. I thought they were in Austin. Dripping
No,
Springs.
technically Dripping Springs. Yeah.
Technically, yeah.
Also,
Jim-
didn't give us any more information, so let's go quick on this one.
Yeah, so so they're releasing. I don't think they've previously canned.
Okay.
So they're finally getting
Oh,
into
so this
the
is,
canning business. So here we got their Cosmic Cowboy.
is that one of their classics?
There's their American IPA
Flagship.
that comes in at about 7%.
All right. Next.
Then we also have their Golden Age
Cool.
German style Pilsner
All right.
coming in around 4.5%. And
Next.
finally, we have their Hamilton Pale Ale, 4.9%.
All right. There you go. Now in cans.
No,
Yep,
yeah, it's
yep, yep.
interesting.
What's next?
Next,
Running up on the clock.
yeah,
I know, right? Ooh, this one looks
Lakewood.
fun.
Oh, yes.
Lakewood,
Lakewood did
Lakewood.
respond.
Level 2 Temple Hop Hazy IPA
That looks fun.
coming in
Where's-
at 7.5%.
You know, if just by looking at this label, I can tell that it was made with Citra, Amarillo, Mandarina, Bavario, and this is where you really have to look deep into the
Yeah.
label to really kind of understand the Cryo Azaka hops.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh, they're using that Cryo Azaka.
The Azaka, I believe, was used as the dry hop, but then the Cryo is more intense. So,
That's cool. That's a great label.
yeah. So thanks for getting back, guys.
All right. Legal
Oh,
draft.
hold on. Go back to that. Can you go back to that label?
Where is that
sure.
brewery? Where's Lakewood Brewery? I don't know.
DF Dub.
Oh, okay.
DFW. The artist on this one, Jay Roeder.
That's awesome.
He's the
That's great.
illustrator. I always, when you have a cool looking label,
Yeah.
mad ups to the artist.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Oh, here we go. Yeah. Mm.
These are good.
Yeah.
Nice.
Staying in Dallas hip here. We got some legal draft.
Yes.
Scot free. Goza.
That's good.
So this one, these are interesting. What do you have? Goza on with any information you were going to give.
I was just going to say, Goza lime and salt, 4.6%.
Yes. So, of course, free and clear, scot free, meaning you got off,
Yeah.
the whole legal deal, right?
Yeah.
And that's something that Kennedy's never done. He's never been able to.
I've never been in trouble with the law, other than traffic tickets.
But anyway, so this one is interesting because go back to that one,
Ooh.
please, real quick.
All right, I thought we were done.
got more
And it was
information to
removed.
drop. These are gluten free or gluten removed. Maybe not gluten free, but gluten removed down to the point where, let's see, it's the 20 parts per million of gluten, which is the threshold for celiac disease having a reaction. So these are gluten removed, and it's all done by enzymes. They hired freelance enzymes to come in. And
Freelance enzymes.
so I don't know the name of the enzyme, Jeffrey. I knew that some people were probably going to ask.
Yeah.
I don't have that in front of me. But
We will post the name of said enzyme when we find out.
yeah,
Probably
malted
not.
barley, no sorghum or lentils or anything like that. Gluten removed, not gluten
Yeah.
free.
Lentils?
Gluten removed.
Yeah, you can use all that in a beer.
I've never heard of a lentil beer.
This one's
There
fun.
you have. Oh,
Yeah.
Boom.
This one's up my alley.
Ooh,
here.
I love the labeling on the side where the profile. That's
yeah.
awesome.
What's tops with this one?
Tups. It's an imperial pastry sour ale. So Julie loves this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's my thing.
Coming in at
Pastry part sounds good.
8.9%.
Okay.
With graham cracker, blackberry, and red currant.
Wow.
Let's see. This one will hit the tap room mid-March.
Cool.
Hit the market during the third week of March.
Tups puts
Perfect
out
for the St. Patrick's,
Yeah,
spring season and all that.
and if you miss this time around, it's going to come out again mid-year with different fruits,
Oh, okay.
and they're still working on that one. So if you have any thoughts, I guess send them a message or don't. Just if you do,
Tups puts
tell me.
out so much beer.
I like this little.
I think
cook
every
it up.
week.
Cook it up, Chris. The little bottom there, the little chef guy.
Oh.
He's cute.
I
Great
don't.
label too. Do we have any artists or any detail on that?
No,
Nope.
but yes, good.
All right, and finally, going to Austin. Zilker Juicy Complex Hazy IPA, 6.8%.
I bet that's good too. Mm-hmm. It's a cute little retro looking, mod retro
There you go.
type design.
Hazy IPA. It's
Mm-hmm.
not to like, and that is that all the beer
That's
that's
all
coming
the
out
beer.
in the beer future?
This is what's coming out in the beer future. Make sure to check us every Thursday, and we'll show you what's brewing.
At noon o'clock. Are you trying to do a good outro? Did I just step all over it?
I don't know. Well, I'll
Zoom out.
oh, wait.
We're in black. Oh no! That's good. That's a good story for me to start this music over here. There we go. All right, I got to turn that down. It's too loud. We're going to get popped for that one because we don't have the rights.
Looks like Janae's a big fan of the imperial pastry.
There you go. There you go. All right, well, it's 1 o'clock. Your lunch hour can't last all day, folks. It's time to get back to work.
Oh, by the way,
Great. Get those.
the enzyme,
Uh-huh.
I know what it is.
Who said?
I said
Who did you read from on the Facebook?
it's White Labs Clarity Firm.
Who said that?
I said that.
But who did you read it from?
Oh, Tripper may have helped a
Thanks,
little
Trip.
bit. Yeah, he may steer me in the right direction.
It's all good.
But
It's
I've
all
got
good.
this wealth of knowledge in this big head of mine.
Yeah. If by in your big head you meant through your eyeballs from the screen in front of you, because Trip
Whatever.
put you into it.
Whatever.
Yeah. Okay. Well, good show, everybody. Thanks to
Hanging in
everybody
with
that
us.
Thanks to everybody that commented and questioned and beat the bees of Kennedy and Kennedy's failed chug. Let's not forget that.
Yeah,
Remember
we
way back
definitely
when?
can't
why
forget
you got to
that.
bring up the past? Can't we just
It's
move
important. No.
We will as
We
soon
move
as
on.
we look
Until
at it.
you get it right and perfect it, we just have to keep
on? I
reminding
had
you. So you'll
one
have.
setback, and it was like half a sip.
Yeah.
I think it was a little more than that.
No, it's half.
What he usually leaves is half a sip.
Yeah.
So,
he,
but this
he,
was-
no, he
this was-
failed more than he normally fails.
Yeah, this was
That
definitely twice or 3 times as much as his normal leave
Let's
behind.
not gang up on me here.
I'm just pointing out the obvious.
That's not what we're all about here.
Yeah. Well, it
Yeah.
kind of is. But anyway, I just want to say thanks to everybody who listened and watched and chimed in today.
Yeah,
Everybody
lots
with
of
all your-
action. Thank you,
Yeah,
guys. That's
so,
awesome.
all around the state, everybody had a.
We were international today, too.
Oh, Jose thought I said you had a failed chub. Now, that's a whole nother show there.
A failed chub?
Yeah. That's a whole nother.
Well, that was the other night.
Shh,
But I had a lot on my mind.
we don't need to talk about that.
A
It's
lot
just-
of yeah. I'm not a machine.
So it
That's
was
all I
fun
gotta say. I'm not a machine.
It's fun doing this show for the last, however long we've been doing it, but we've been canceled. We've been pulled off.
So Jeffrey offered to text me information so I sound smarter.
Oh,
Just you can just send me a personal Facebook.
no, you
message,
could just
Jeffrey.
write it there, Jeffrey, so you
No.
get the props for it. We know
No,
Kennedy's as
no.
smart as he is, so,
Well, everybody, be on the lookouts for all the beers that we mentioned in the Beer Future. Get Kelly's book. Listen to the latest episode of Inner Brews to go in depth there. And where else am I going to shamelessly promote? Oh, if you want to help this show, we still have that Amazon link. We haven't mentioned it in 3 months, but it's still there. So liquidlunchshow.com/Amazon. All your purchases there. Help us there. What else? Kennedy.
Yeah, to all my fellow rogue brewers,
Yeah.
get working on those West Coast IPAs, and then get ready to lose to me.
Oh,
Wow. Okay.
Gauntlet. The
There
beer
you go.
gauntlet has been thrown.
All right. Well, Jules, excellent job today.
Thank you, sir.
Kennedy, way to be here. And everybody, thank you. Excellent job listening. We'll see you right back here next Thursday, noon o'clock, Texas time, for your favorite live craft beer show. Oh, you don't have any time.
Hold
And
on.
buy your friend a beer.
Sorry,
buy
yeah,
someone
buy
a beer.
a beer.
Oh, Jeffrey said his.